This podcast is part of the Podcast Arcade Network.
Welcome to the Covert Nerd Podcast. Thank you for listening. It means a lot that you take the time out of your day to hear what I have to say. Today's episode is from our live event that we did at the last Starfighters Entertainment Group on Facebook. I'll include a link in the show notes so you can see this segment and other segments. They were great. It was a fun time. So it is a little different because it is a live event, but I think you'll enjoy it. Also wanted to mention our sponsor, Rainbow Comics and Cards. You can find them at rainbowcomicsandcards.com. I'll include a link in the show notes, and you can go to covertnerd.net and get more links for this episode and past episodes. I really appreciate every single listener that I have. Without further ado, let's dive right in and nerd it up with Eddie. Got the choose your own adventure idea because I don't know if you read these when you were a kid, Eddie.
Lee, don't get me started. I loved these books as a kid, which I think you did too.
Oh, yeah. Love these I think I was probably 8 or 7 when they came out and started reading them from the library at school. Yep. And just loved them. So we're going to read one together, and the viewers, listeners can decide where we want to go. I always liked Edward Packard, his that he wrote, and the iconic art. But this one, Who Killed Harlow Thrombey, is a good whodunit. And if you've watched the movie Knives Out, this is very loosely based on this book.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, very loosely. Because go ahead.
This is the Covert Nerd experience. This is what we're getting.
Yeah, the similarities are the guy that gets killed in the movie is Harlan Thrombey. This one's Harlow Thrombey. He's a rich guy. Family come over. Somebody dies. So the very loose premise is based on this book. So we'll all read. We'll probably take turns. So maybe I'll start, and then Eddie can do the next page. We'll kind of take turns, and then you, the viewer, get to decide if we succeed or if we fail and die a burning death. I don't know. We'll see.
That's the best kind of death in this book.
It is. But it's very 80s, and you can kind of see. I'll start. So it's been just a year since the robber climbed into your Aunt Miranda's bedroom window at 2 a.m. "Get out," she screamed at him, and that's just what he did, taking her pearl necklace with him. The next day, you found a beer bottle in the bushes outside Aunt Miranda's house. Since she isn't the sort to toss beer bottles out the window, you hand it over to the police. The robber's fingerprints were on the bottle, and the police quickly identified him, and now he's safely behind bars. Since then, you've gotten quite a reputation as a detective. You've equipped yourself with a magnifying glass, fingerprint kit, and a cassette recorder, and you're ready for business. Isn't that so, 1982?
I love it. You got the cassette recorder. I'm ready.
Yes. So some of your friends have decided to become detectives too. That's okay. They're just a bunch of amateurs. Except maybe that frizzy-haired girl down the street, Jenny Mudge. She's definitely smart. In fact, sometimes you think she's smarter than you. Now, Jenny Mudge. Mudge. Now it looks like you've got your first big case. Harlow Thrombey, president of Thrombey Plastics Company, has called and asked you to come to his house at 5 o'clock this afternoon. "I hear you have sharp eyes," he says, "and that's what I need right now. I think my life is in danger." So here's the choices at the bottom. Get ready to decide. You asked Thrombey what he was afraid of, but he didn't want to talk on the phone. So you said you'd think about it and call him back. It was exciting to get a call from Harlow Thrombey. Maybe you should find out more about him before you take the case. So our options. If you phone Thrombey and accept his invitation, turn to page 5. If you tell him that you can't come this afternoon, but you'll call him back in a day or so, turn to page 17. So I guess I didn't clarify. For those of you that don't know, it's simply you get to decide kind of where the story's gonna go, and they give you options, and you just turn the page. And this was what we had before computer games in the 80s. So the option is if you phone Thrombey and accept his invitation, turn to page 5. If you tell him that you can't come this afternoon, but you'll call him back in a day or so. Turn to page 17.
All right, so we'll wait. Let's just wait a second or two, and if we don't get enough comments, then we'll just be the ones to pick.
Eddie will make the executive order.
And we already have two choices. One is accept the invite, and Kim Garrison says option A, and I think that's the same.
So let's see. So option A, that would be page 5. So that's right next to it. I'll read this one, Eddie, while you kind of get caught up, and then
I'm ready when you are. So.
Oh, okay. What do you want to read? Page 5?
I can read it if you're cool with it.
Okay, go ahead.
Here we go. So we've chosen to accept the invitation. Here we go. You knock on Thrombey's door exactly at 5. A stout, balding man opens it. His eyes suspiciously. He eyes you, suspiciously before nervously shaking your hand. I'm Harlow Thrombey, he says. Before we go inside, I'll show you around the place. The two of you stroll across the lawn, past scores of flowering shrubs and trees. Ahead of you is a large greenhouse. The greenest of houses. It's my wife, Jane, Thrombey says. I do everything to make her happy. Expensive cars, trips around the world. She even has 2 pianos, a concert grand for herself and a smaller one for guests. He stops in his tracks and turns towards you, a dark look on his face, the darkest of looks. The truth is, I think she would rather have me dead.
Dun, dun, dun. I'll read the next page while you... What makes you think that? Thrombey pauses again before replying. She told me. A few steps further, reaching the greenhouse, you watch curiously as Thrombey rattles the door and then turns toward you again. I wanted to make sure it was locked for the night, he says. Jenkins, our gardener, keeps arsenic there for spraying the trees. The poor fellow's laid up in the hospital. Maybe your wife just lost her temper, you suggest. I'd like to think so, Thrombey says, shaking his head. Maybe you'll be able to judge when you meet her. She's playing in the concert this afternoon and should be back by 6. You are walking back to the front entrance to the house. Thrombey points at the bright red sports car pulling up to a stop. A trim, bearded man gets out and starts following you. That's Dr. Robert Lipscomb, Thrombey says. He's coming for dinner tonight along with my nephew Chartwell. I love the names Robert Lipscomb and Chartwell.
Chartwell?
There we go. That's better. Chartwell.
You know you were beaten up as a boy.
And then his niece Angela. So you have Lipscomb, Chartwell, and Angela.
I love this. And Angela, Samantha, Mona. Sorry. That's my Who's the Boss. If I hear Angela, I can't help it.
Yeah.
Angela.
Angela and Robert are planning to marry. I want to get to know Robert better, so I ask him to come early and play a few games of pool. Do you want to join us, or would you rather take a look around the place? There's no one here but Helga, our cook. So we have Helga, Chartwell, and Lipscomb.
That is amazing.
So here's our choices again. If you decide to look around, go to page 8. If you decide to play pool with Harlow Thrombey and Dr. Lipscomb, turn to page 12. So look around or play pool.
This is a fun way to do this, by the way.
Yes, I think it's
like choose your own adventure is just guaranteed to be a fun time. Like there's times you die quicker than you wanted to.
Yeah, you did.
Which, isn't that life?
Well, but if you were like me or like most people, they just kind of keep a thumb where you're at, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna go to the next one.
Like, if I die on this one, I'll probably wait and see what happens here.
I picked up several of these just a little while ago. I think it was more of a nostalgia purchase than anything.
Exactly.
But there were several like this, like Endless Quest and Wizards, Warriors, and You. They're a little more novel-ish. These are very sure. You can tell these are geared towards 8-year-olds.
Exactly. So, and I'm with you. I'm now fully borrowed, so
okay,
good to go.
All right. So
we have one so far. Play pool, take his money.
And then
Amanda says, look around.
Amanda says look around. So
we're split. Let's wait to see if we have a tiebreaker because you don't want to.
Jesse says we should take his money. Take the rich guy's money. Yeah, I love these. Are just so dipped in 80s twice.
Oh, they really are.
Dipped in the 80s chocolate. But these are fun. Like I said, these were before you had video games. So these were kind of how you got to control what was going on a little bit.
We got 2 look around and 1 play pool. So we're going to look around.
All right. So we're going to page 8. So this is all text mainly here, but so.
You want me to? I can take this one if you like.
You take this one. I'll take the next one.
Here we go. Page 8. You walk through the rear hall and into the pantry where you hear voices coming from the kitchen. A woman and a young girl are talking. Do you really think Mr. Thromby's life is in danger? The girl asks. I don't know, the woman replies, but I've seen his niece, Angela, snooping through his papers and his nephew, Chartwell, prowling about the grounds. Stepping around the corner, you meet a tiny blonde-haired woman wearing a white blouse, the one and only Kim Garrison of Starlight Studios.
Not Jenny Mudge. Kim Garrison.
Standing next to her, much to your surprise, is Jenny Mudge. Hi, what are you doing here, says Jenny. Mr. Thromby asked me over, you reply. What are you doing here? Oh, have you met Helga? Jenny says. I'm in her cooking class at the Y. Does it get more 80s? Does it get more 80s?
No.
And I invited myself over to see her kitchen and learn how to make my favorite chocolate cake. Notice how she says, I invited myself over.
Yeah.
Can you do that?
I guess if you're Jenny Mudge, you can.
I guess Mudge is going to do what Mudge is going to do.
That's right.
Like, hey, why are you in my house? I invited myself over. Okay, that's cool. As you introduce yourself to Helga, Jenny glances at her watch. My gosh, it's 6 o'clock. I have to get home. Thanks, Helga, for for letting me in. She hurries out the back door. See you later, she calls over her shoulder. You wonder whether Jenny came to learn cooking or to do detective work. Walking back toward the game room, you find Harlow Thromby standing in the hall, a puzzled look on his face. I ended up playing pool alone, he says. Robert said he had to make some phone calls in the library. Yeah, we would have, we couldn't be bothered to play with him.
No.
But he's not there now. As Thromby is speaking, the front door opens and Robert walks in. Behind him is Thromby's tall, stoop-shouldered nephew. I've never heard that phrase. Chartwell. I noticed Chartwell's car in the driveway, Robert explains, but he didn't come in, so I went out to meet him. Chartwell gives Robert a curious look and then shakes your hand as Thromby introduces you. Turn to page 10.
Okay.
So this is going. We're not dead yet.
No, we're still alive. Here we go.
Do you want this one?
Got a little illustration here. So yeah.
Got a little picture. This is you go for it.
All right. Thromby shows Robert Chartwell and you into the library just as the grandfather clock on the hall strikes 6. Glancing out the window, you see a white Cadillac pulling up the drive. That's Jane, Thromby says, back from her concert. I don't know how you'd say, what's a good Thromby voice? Is it like a defeated? That's Jane. I don't know.
Oh yeah. I mean, he thinks he thinks his wife wants to kill him. Yeah, so I think he's very much like,
okay. Like a defeated.
Yeah.
A few moments later, a large round-faced woman enters the library. So pleased to meet you, Jane says, shaking your hand. I've heard a lot about you. Will you be joining us for dinner? See, I don't understand. How does she know about him? He's never solved a case or anything, but somehow she knows. Anyway.
You're just open for business.
Plot hole, I guess. Thromby's wife is surprisingly friendly. It's hard to see why he should be afraid of her. Maybe he just imagines his life is in danger. You don't want to sit through a boring dinner, especially since there's a very good movie you'd like to catch at home on TV. It must be the Friday night special, or I don't know.
I don't want to miss my shows.
My stories are on.
Right.
You glance at Harlow Thromby. Do stay if you like, he says. So, choice. If you accept the invitation for dinner, go to page 13. If you tell Thromby you can't stay, but you'll talk to him tomorrow, turn to page 17. So stay for dinner or duck out, go watch your TV show, and call him tomorrow.
Do you stay for supper or do you go Watch your tunes.
Watch your Friday.
What would you have done? Well, we're letting our viewers decide, but what would you have done, Lee?
Oh, I probably would. Hey, I'm not going to turn down free food, so.
Right? I'm already here.
Yeah, you're already here, so. But
it depends on what the show was, too, though.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Fat boy got to eat, so we got one.
Fat boy got to eat.
One vote. Eat the food. Eat the food. We got eat the food. I think we go and eat the food.
Watch your TV show and fat boy's got to eat. Okay.
Yeah, we got a lot of comments. So what? Page 13.
Yes. So we're gonna stay and eat food. So 13. Here we go.
You want me to read that one?
Yeah, go ahead and do that one.
Jane leaves to dress for dinner. When she rejoins the rest of you in the library, it's almost 7:00. Took her that long?
Wow.
What are you doing?
Wow.
Does anyone know where Angela is? She asks. There is no response, but a moment later, the question is answered by a knock on the door. Thromby opens it, and a slender young woman steps inside. Her very light skin contrasts with her dark hair and eyes and her black velvet dress. Angela, at last you're here, Thromby says. Sorry to be late. I was at my dentist in Springdale. It's almost an hour's drive from here, said Angela. You can't find a dentist that's not an hour away?
So it's 7:00. That means she was at the dentist at 6.
Right? What kind of business hour? It's already suspicious.
Yeah, this sounds fishy.
That's all right, my dear, says Thromby. Now that you're here, I'll ask Helga to serve dinner. She wants to leave early to visit Jenkins. We got now we got Jenkins up in here.
Jenkins is the caretaker.
Oh, yeah, he's the gardener.
Yeah, he had the arsenic, remember?
Yes, in the hospital.
Yep.
In a few moments, everyone is seated around the large oak dining table. Helga brings in salad, rolls, and a platter of roast beef, which Harlow Thromby carves with a long silver knife. The roast tastes as good as it looks, which is bad. But everyone seems tense and nervous, and you can hardly enjoy the meal. After dinner, Helga clears off the dishes and hurries out the door. A few minutes later, at about 8:00, Thromby offers his guests brandy. Everyone but you accepts, because we're not that cool in the 80s. Yeah. And goes to the pantry, returning a few minutes later with 5 glasses on a tray. I find a glass of brandy before bed helps me sleep, said the alcoholic Thromby. And of course, it's good after dinner, too. So we'll turn to page.
I think Thromby and Reginald need to get together.
Thromby, yeah, Reginald could teach Thromby a couple things. That brandy tastes better drink out of the empty body of a merman figure. Do you want to take this or want me to keep going?
I'll take this one. Okay.
All right.
Here's to good health and long life, sir, Robert says as he raises his glass, and the others join in the drinking. Then Robert, Chartwell, and Harlow Thromby leave for the game room to play pool, while Angela follows Jane into the music room. Thromby asks you to join them in the game room. You'd rather play pool, but your job, after all, is to watch Jane. The music room is half filled with 2 grand pianos. Jane sits behind one and Angela the other, while you relax in the armchair. I'm so glad to hear you're taking piano lessons, Jane says to Angela. Would you like to play a duet with me? Oh no, you're much better. I'd rather listen to you, Angela replies. So she's sucking up to the in-laws. That's good.
I sense some tension in here, some passive aggressiveness.
Yes.
Oh no, you go. You're way better than me anyway.
Yeah, go ahead. It's all right. Jane smiles at the compliment, and she loudly strikes the first notes to Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata. You listen patiently for a half an hour until about 8:30, then slip out of the room and go to the library, where you spend about 20 minutes looking at Thromby's collection of books and hunting trophies. Leaving the library, you can still hear the piano, so you walk down the hall to the game room. Chartwell and Robert are playing pool, but Harlow Thromby is not with them. Suddenly, you hear a terrifying scream. Ah!
There
Rushing
it is.
in the hallway, you are shocked to see Harlow Thromby lurching towards you. He falls and lies moaning on the floor. The others come running, and Robert dashes to Thromby's side. Jane starts to cry. Angela and Chartwell stand helplessly. So, see, Jane's crying, so she can't be the murderer.
Or she's crazy.
Yeah. You run to the library and telephone for the ambulance. It takes a few minutes to get the call through. You rush back to Thrombey and stare a moment at his ashen gray face, then kneel down beside him. I've been poisoned, he gasps. Do you know who did it? For a moment, he struggles to get up, then falls back. Clutching at his throat, he whispers, It was... But those are his last words. You rush to the pantry where you find the open brandy bottle. Your watch reads 9:03. From the experience, you know you may be able to learn more before the police arrive than after. You must work quickly. You must work quickly, Batman. So if you decide to talk to the witnesses one at a time, turn to page 19. If you decide to talk to them as a group, turn to page 20. So talk to them one at a time or all together.
There we go. That's the choice. Individually or as a group. See, I'm torn on this, right? Because if you do it individually, then they won't know how to play off the other one. But as a group, nobody has time to kind of like coordinate. You know, like you take one person off to the side and the other people are like, hey, when he comes back, blah, blah, blah. I don't know.
Paul says, how come they never just leave the body and go home?
He died. Let's just go.
Let's just all leave. That's a good one. Yeah.
You know, but if somebody says like, hey, I think someone's trying to kill me, and then that dude ends up dying.
Paul says, we got to vote here. Paul says all together. And then Andrew says one at a time.
Oh,
Paul says, look for the squirmer.
There you go.
Who looks a little...
So we're split.
We're split. 50-50.
On a decision. We need a tiebreaker here. Justice for Thrombey. That's a gorilla, man.
Oh, that's Harambe.
Yeah. Poor Harambe.
So we're split 50-50, Eddie. You might have to make an executive decision.
50-50 split. Let's give it another 15 seconds or however long it takes me to chew this jerky up.
Is that turkey jerky?
This is Old Trapper.
Old
teriyaki.
Trapper. Oh, we have Kim for the tiebreaker.
All together. And that's page 20?
Yes, page 20.
And so I will take that sucker. Before you have time to ask any questions, Chartwell tries to take over. You know it. A Chartwell's going to do what a Chartwell's going to do. My uncle and I often fought, he says angrily, but I'm going to find out who murdered him if it's the last thing I do.
Okay, says the murderer.
Says the guy who's trying to cloud. Just a moment, Robert says. Let's be calm. There's no need for an investigation. All right, right out of the gate. Thrombey told me who the murderer was the moment I reached him. What did he say, you ask? He was very weak. He could hardly talk, Robert replies, but I distinctly heard him say, it was Jane. She poured my last drink. Is Chartwell a black rebel? Yes.
Yeah.
You liar, Jane shouts. Everyone begins talking at once, and it takes you a moment to quiet them down. It was also your choice to talk to everyone at the same time. I want to know where everyone was between the time Thrombey served brandy and the time he went back to pour his last drink. Actually, Chartwell says, Robert and I never left the game room. You are interrupted by a loud knocking at the door. In a moment, police inspector, oh Lord.
Yeah, this is a good one.
Prufrock.
See these names, hilarious.
And two officers storm into the room. Everyone stay where you are, Prufrock shouts. Please tell me Chartwell's last name is Prufrock.
I got to ask you, Eddie, with Robert here, he's a doctor. Can you imagine him interrupting and say, excuse me, it's Dr. Robert Lipscomb, exactly. Please? I didn't go to 7 years of medical school to be called
to not
Mr.
Exactly. So now we're going to page 34, Lee. I think such is the choose your own adventure experience. You're hopping all over.
You are. You don't stay in one place. So, okay, 34. A big man with a bushy red mustache, Prufrock, strides around the library like a drill sergeant. Be very careful about fingerprints, he says to his men in a loud voice. And I want anything that looks suspicious sent to the lab for analysis. Yes, sir, the officer replies. Prufrock asks everyone to identify himself and starts making notes in a little black book. When he learns Dr. Robert Lipscomb, is a physician. Yeah, exactly. He looks up with a smile. You must know a great deal about poison, doctor. See, he acknowledges he's a doctor there.
Right out of the gate.
Yeah.
He's like, I like this guy.
I do. Robert flushes with anger. Are you implying that I murdered Thrombey, he cries. Ignoring Robert, Prufrock says, I'm going to talk to you one at a time. And remember, anything you say may be used against you. Robert Lipscomb, come with me. Officer Schmidt will stay with the rest of you. Prufrock crosses the room and looks you in the eye. So, the great detective is here. See, again, this is his first case. How is he the great detective?
Are they being sarcastic? I think they're being sarcastic.
I take that back. He did help solve his aunt's the break-in, I guess, at the beginning.
That's true.
Okay.
That one case.
Still? Okay.
Plus, by the way, his partner is named, what's his partner's name? Schmidt,
yeah.
I want the 80s cop drama show, Prufrock and Schmidt.
Yes! We have to have it.
Prufrock and Schmidt.
That's like a, yes, that would be awesome, actually.
You can go Prufrock yourself. You got Schmidt on your face.
I mean, we had Hardcastle and McCormick. We had, Riptide. We might as well have Prufrock and Schmidt.
We had Remington Steele. Now we got...
Heart. Was it Scarecrow and Mrs. King or whatever it was called?
It's BJ and the Bear. Now we got Prufrock and Schmidt.
Oh, man. I love it.
Sorry to hijack.
No, that's okay. That's okay. Let's see. Prufrock crosses the room. Okay. He says sarcastically, you might as well go home to bed. I won't have any trouble solving this one. You smile to yourself. It's not likely this will be the case that breaks Prufrock's long string of unsolved crimes. In any event, Thrombey asks for your help, and it's your duty to figure out who murdered him. While Prufrock questions the dinner guests, you decide to look elsewhere. Decision time. Ooh. If you inspect the greenhouse, remember he said that's where the arsenic is kept. Yep. So there's a hint. So go to the greenhouse, or do you want to go to the hospital and talk to Jenkins, the gardener? So go to the greenhouse, or do we go to the hospital and talk to the gardener?
Greenhouse or hospital. I have my next... Amanda's writing her next movie. You let me know. We're going to work on this together. She's writing Prufrock and Schmidt. We have one hospital, one greenhouse. Let's see what we get for a tie break. If I am writing Prufrock and Schmidt, or if I'm helping make that happen, we have to have one of them be like he can see ghosts.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
we have greenhouse.
Paul broke it. Greenhouse. Otherwise, we just have to come back to the dang house. Okay.
Page 33.
33. So we turn back
with
one
a great
page.
Illustration in there, by the way.
Oh, yeah. There you got your magnifying glass and your little pin light.
The body that we are inhabiting in this story is that of like an 8-year-old boy.
Yes, a giant head and a skinny little body.
Exactly, or maybe like a 12 or 13-year-old, like his head's all huge.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. You walk across the lawn, wet with the evening dew. Ooh, we're getting a little details here. When you reach the greenhouse, you are surprised to find the door wide open. You shine your pocket flashlight, which was new technology in the 80s. On the door frame and look at it through your magnifying glass. The wood looks as if it has been gouged by a large pair of sharp-pointed shears. Inside, you walk past rows of potted plants. At the far end is a steel file cabinet. On the top shelf are bottles of insecticide and rat poison. The shelf is covered with dust except in one small round space from which a bottle has obviously been removed. Suddenly, a voice calls, "Who's there?" It's Prufrock, Of course.
Of course it is.
Shining his flashlight in your eyes. Oh, it's you, he says. We phoned Jenkins at the hospital. He says there's a bottle of arsenic on the top of that cabinet. There isn't any more, you reply. Someone broke in this afternoon and took it. One thing we can be sure of then, Prufrock says, Jane Thromby didn't do it. She had her own key and wouldn't have needed to force the door open. He stands silently for a moment, apparently thinking, well, the evidence is gone. There's nothing more to do tonight. I'm going home to get some sleep. Worst cop ever.
Hashtag worst cop ever.
Hashtag don't be a Prufrock.
Did you have, I got to ask, Eddie, did you have the little pin light when you were a kid?
Oh, gosh. That one with the little button and
Yeah.
it would look at the pocket thing, or you could like put it in your pocket.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, man. I wanted one so bad. I didn't get one till later. But yeah, you're right. That was like an 80s thing.
Like a pin light.
Yes.
Oh, man. And I would use that. I would use that and read these in the dead of night in my room.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay.
Talk about memories. So here we go. If you check further for fingerprints and other clues in the greenhouse, turn to page 37. Or should we go back and check out the pantry? And I do think that's where they got the brandy from. So
yes,
there you go. We can look around that greenhouse, or we can go in the pantry. Choice A or B. Let's let the viewers decide.
Look at Jesse. Prufrock is in the pudding.
There it is.
And Paul, how did he know we were going to page 33?
Exactly.
Oh, we got two pantries. Paul and Kim said, go to the pantry.
Going to the pantry.
I think we're going to the pantry.
Take us to the pantry, Lee.
By the time you return to the house, the dinner guests have left. Jane does not object to your looking around and searching under the refrigerator and behind the stove. Then you shine your flashlight outside. Something is glittering in the shrubbery. A minute later, you recover a bottle from the thick growth. The next morning, you visit Jenkins in the hospital. No doubt about it, he says. That's the arsenic bottle that was in the greenhouse. I remember the way a piece of the label was torn off. You thank Jenkins and head back to the Thromby house. So we just jumped a bunch of time. It's evening, it's morning, it's
right.
And
time has no meaning in this house.
Yes. And it says
like
we need to, yeah. We go to page 44. Okay, so we have a lot of selections here, so everybody pay attention.
We're in the deep choices now.
Helga meets you at the front door and shows you into the library. Everyone else is here, she says. Inspector Prufrock, hope he got a nice night's sleep because he just took off. He asked him to meet him in the library at 9 o'clock, but he just called and says that his alarm clock didn't go off and he'll be a little late. So Prufrock.
Prufrock, you are the worst.
The stuff writes itself, Eddie. I think Prufrock and Schmidt will be a hit.
Schmidt is holding this organization together.
Here's our options. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 options here. Talk to Chartwell or Robert, Angela, Helga, and the last one, if you decide to walk around the grounds and think about the case for a while. So do we think about it? Do we talk to Helga, Angela, Robert, or Chartwell? Well, we know Prufrock isn't going to figure it out because he slept in because his alarm didn't go off. I'm
going to start saying Prufrock whenever I mess things up. Like, I Prufrocked it up.
Hashtag Prufrock.
Hashtag Prufrock it up. So we got walk around, Helga, Angela, Robert, Chartwell. So many choices. We got walk. Walks.
We got 3 walks, so I guess we're walking.
All right, page 64.
Christopher walking.
All right, here we are. Man, that must be what's her nuts?
That's Jenny Mudge. Yeah.
I almost said Jenny Fudge. Deciding you can probably think more clearly while taking a walk, truth, than by sitting in the musty house. Now, I thought it was a nice house. Now it's musty. Okay. Too good for this house?
No kidding.
You step outside and stroll through the gardens. As you approach the greenhouse, you are surprised to see Jenny Mudge. I bet you she did it. She killed him.
She did it.
Jenny
Mudge.
standing by the door. She's measuring something with a ruler. Girl, you got to get a tape measure for that. You're wrong tool.
Yeah. Wow. She's out of her element.
Totally 80s.
Yeah, it is.
Give me a ruler. With a ruler. Look, she calls to you. They match. Like, give me some context.
Yeah,
Come on.
no kidding.
What? The marks where the door was pried open match the points of the shears Robert Lipscomb put in Chartwell's car. Still with the no doctor.
Yeah, no doctor.
Jenny starts across the lawn, headed home. She's going to drop that kind of truth nugget and then just walk home?
Yeah, just instead of drop the mic, drop the ruler.
I'm going home. She breaks it over her leg. Headed home. What do you make of that? She calls over her shoulder. She's acting real aloof. You walk back toward the entrance to the house. Several cars are parked in the driveway, including Prufrock's. Chartwell lets you in the front door, but as soon as you step in, he hurries out, headed toward his car.
Okay, go to page 85.
85.
Prufrock just decided to show up. Oh, you're finally here. You decided to grace us with your presence.
You want me to keep going, or you want to take this one?
I can do this one.
Right,
Prufrock strides towards you from the direction of the library. I've solved the murder, he shouts. Through the windows, you see Chartwell getting into his car. How interesting, you say. Who is it? You may have heard that the murderer poured arsenic into Thrombey's brandy bottle late in the evening. We found that Chartwell broke into the greenhouse using a pair of garden shears to pry the door open. We found the shears in his car. The blade points match the marks made when the murderer pried the padlock off the greenhouse door. I wouldn't be so sure of yourself, Prufrock says. The two of you look out the window as Chartwell roars down the driveway. Whose car is that? Prufrock demands. I'm afraid it belongs to the man you want to arrest, you reply. Prufrock rushes outdoors. You follow and watch him as he races to his car, jumps behind the wheel, fumbles for his keys. Where are the keys for this car? He yells. The policeman,
Prufrock, you're a mess.
You're a mess. Policeman rushes from the house, holding a set of keys up in the air. You told me never to leave them in the car, sir, he calls as he runs toward the car. A moment later, they roar down the driveway, lights flashing, sirens screaming. Go to page 86.
Oh, boy.
You shake your head in disbelief, at least as likely that the person who used the shears would toss them in Chartwell's car as that Chartwell would leave them there. Prufrock reminds you of a dog chasing a rabbit that has just run the other way. So let's go to page 89. Oh,
I feel like we're getting there.
Dun, dun, dun. Yep.
There we go.
Wow.
You want me to read this?
Yeah, go ahead.
You return home because you missed your show.
Yes.
You return home for you have some work to do there before lunch. That's a weird way to phrase that.
That is really, yeah.
Like, we're not that far away from the 80s. That's weird. By the time you get back to the Thrombey house, no one seems to be at home. After ringing the bell several times, you try the door. It's unlocked. That's called pulling a mudge.
A mudge.
Inviting yourself over. It's unlocked, and you step inside and walk down the hall to the library. Suddenly, you feel the hard pressure of a gun to your back.
Uh-oh.
Don't move. Don't look around. A heavy hand on your shoulder shoves you into a chair. You dare not resist as your attacker wraps a towel tightly around your head and over your eyes and ties you to the chair. You hear papers rustling. Someone must be searching through Harlow Thrombey's desk. You could probably get a hand free and rip off your blindfold, but that might be dangerous. Uh-oh. Guys, no pressure. If you're a choose your own adventure rookie, right now, this is where we might die.
Yes. So if you rip off the blindfold, or do you sit quietly?
All right, this is it. You gotta.
I'm guessing one of these is gonna kill us.
I'm on pins and needles.
Blindfold.
I hope it's a gun.
Or just sit.
Exactly. Me too.
Maybe since we're running a little late, Eddie, we might want to just go ahead and pick and We don't want to make.
Oh yeah, I mean, we've let people pick, so we're okay, right? We're only a minute. Like we're towards the end here. I can tell you now.
Yeah. So I kind of want to rip the blindfold off personally. But,
ooh, okay. Do we want to give our
listeners rip the blindfold off? All right.
Take it off. Take it off. Okay, we got to vote. So take it off.
Reaching for your blindfold, you feel a smashing pain in your head. You are slowly waking up. Your head is pounding. A bandage covers half your scalp and one ear. You're lying somewhere. It must be the hospital. A doctor is standing next to you. We had to stitch you up a little, he says. It's not serious. You can walk out of here in the morning. He starts to leave and then turns back. Oh, they found this note next to you. He hands you an envelope from which you remove a small sheet of yellow ruled paper. It reads, "Drop this case or next time you'll end up in a cemetery." Nice. In this business, you have to take chances. Still, it might be healthier to solve this case in a hurry. Early the next morning, you walk out of the hospital into the bright sunshine thinking about Angela. Was she the one who broke into the greenhouse, took the arsenic and poisoned the brandy? So do we investigate Angela, or do you decide it might be a good idea to check in with Jenny Mudge?
The mysterious and aloof, which Doug Holmes find to be a funny word. Or was that? There it is. Doug Holmes. Aloof's a funny word.
Aloof is
Jenny Mudge.
Do you want a Jenny Mudge?
We must have. Yeah. Do we want to have people wait, or do we want to start deciding?
Let's go ahead and decide.
All right. I say we talk to Jenny Mudge.
Okay, let's go to 95.
95. Wow, it's short. You waste no time in phoning Jenny. And then a lot of choices.
Wow. Okay, this is different.
If you asked Jenny to watch, Robert turned to page 97, Chartwell turned to page 98, Jane turned to page 99, Angela turned to page 100. If you didn't ask her to watch anyone, turn to page 96.
Let's watch. We've kind of been talking to Robert and Chartwell. Let's go with Jane.
Jane,
the wife, because that's the one he thought wanted her dead anyway.
He said, "My wife wants me dead, man."
Yeah.
I can read this if you'd like.
Yeah, go ahead.
Page 99, correct?
Yep.
Oh, sorry, Jenny says, "Oh, I wasn't able to find out much about Jane. Her lawyer came to visit a couple of times. I guess she's pretty worried." "I guess so," you reply. "But with someone like Prufrock in charge of this case, you could be worried even if you're innocent." That's a Prufrock burn right there.
Yes.
Hashtag Prufrock burn. So now turn to page 101.
Oh, my.
There you go, sir. It's up. You're up.
Wow. What should you do next? And we have I don't remember this many options.
We're getting all the juice out of this one. This is great.
If you found fingerprints on the bottle of the brandy and you want to check out the lab report, so we check out the lab report. If you found fingerprints in the greenhouse and want to check out the lab report, go there.
I don't think you found fingerprints on anything.
I don't remember that, but yeah. If you decide, so here's all of our cast of characters: Robert, Chartwell, Angela, Jane, Jenny. We're going to even interview Prufrock, Gilliam Prim. I don't think we've even talked to that guy. If you decide to sit in a quiet place and think some more, if you decide to give up on the case, if you're
We've gone too far.
Yeah, if you're absolutely sure you have the case wrapped up, turn to page 122. I'm gonna just wrap up the case.
You want to just wrap it up? You want to walk away?
I don't want to walk away. I think I know who it is. Let's do
it. Who are we going with?
Let's go to page 122. That's what it tells us to do.
Oh,
I like how they have Prufrock as a suspect.
122. Wait.
You return home and dial Prufrock's special number at police headquarters. Inspector Prufrock, you say with satisfaction.
Satisfaction.
Sorry. Yeah, satisfaction. If you have a moment, I'll be glad to tell you exactly how Hollow Thrombey was murdered. Dun, dun, dun.
The end.
The end.
So I guess we solved the case?
We solved the case, I guess.
Holy moly, you solved the case.
Do we know who did it?
Man, we went deep on that. Usually I don't last that long.
Usually I'm dead in the first couple of pages. So I'm happy that it turned out that way because at least we survived. We walked out alive. That's proof you did it right.
And Eddie has a new TV show.
Proof Rockin' Schmidt. Check your local listings.
Well, hey, we went a little late. I know you got the next mega coming, so I'll duck out so you guys can do that. Oh, that was such a good time. Eddie is such a character. He's a great guy. He does a podcast at Make Eternia Great Again, Daydream Instruction Manual, Paranormal Dads. So I'll include a link in the show notes for his other shows as well. And you can also go to covertnerd.net for links to this episode and other episodes. So thank you for listening. And until next time, nerd it up.